Sixth graders, welcome to Big Ideas Math, Contract Math, Section 8.4, 2012 edition, Samples and Populations, Lesson. Pause while you write Section 8.4, 2012 edition, Lesson in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's lesson objective. Identify a reasonable sample for a population in your math notebook. Copy the following key idea exactly as it appears into your notebook. The key idea is about reasonable samples. A reasonable sample is selected at random, representative of the population, and large enough to provide accurate data. The results of a reasonable sample are proportional to the results of the population, so reasonable samples can be used to make predictions about the population. Today we'll be beginning on page 370 in your math textbook. Example 1, identifying a population and a sample. An agency wants to know the opinions of county residents on the construction of a new road. The agency surveys 800 residents. Identify the population and the sample. So if we look at the table to the left, we see the responses. Some favor the road and some oppose the road. And there are residents listed. There are 533 who favor the road and 267 who oppose the road. So the population is all of the county residents, but the sample consists of the 800 residents. So if you add these up, it's 800 residents who were surveyed by the agency. So they didn't survey every single resident in the county. They only surveyed 800. So of that 800 who they surveyed, 533 favored the road, 267 opposed the road. Now we'll take a look at example 2 on page 371. Standardized test practice. You want to estimate the number of students in a high school who ride the school bus. Which sample is best? 4 students in the hallway, all students in the marching band, 50 seniors at random, or 100 students at random during lunch. So let's start by ruling some things out. Choice A is not large enough to provide accurate data. Choice B is not selected at random because all of those students are in the marching band. So all of those students have one thing in common, so they might have something similar going on, like they might not take the bus because they have to be to band practice before school in the morning. Choice C is not representative of the population because seniors might be more likely to drive to school rather than other students because they're older. So again, they have something in common. So you would want choice D because it is large, it's 100 students, and it's random. You're not picking just one certain group of students. Example 3, making predictions. You ask 75 randomly chosen students how many movies they watch each week. There are 1,200 students in the school. A, predict the number of students in the school who will watch one movie each week. B, is the prediction appropriate? And explain. So let's look at A. It says find the fraction of students in the sample who watch one movie. So students who watch one movie over the number of students in the sample. So there are 21 students who watch one movie, so we're going to put 21 over the number of students in the sample. So if we add up all of the number of students in the sample, that's 75. So 21 over 75. And we multiply to find n. So we take 21 over 75 times 1,200. We got that from the 1,200 students in the school. And that equals 336. So about 336 students watch one movie per week. Letter B says the sample is selected at random, representative of the population, and large enough to provide accurate data. So the sample is reasonable, so the prediction is appropriate. Your assignment for this lesson is to complete the On Your Own problems 1 through 3 below. They are also on pages 370 to 371 in your textbook. Be prepared to share during our next class. Please remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you must complete your exit slip, come to our next class prepared with the journal pages or other work from the flipped lesson completed, and be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed. Be prepared with any questions you have for the teacher, and always have a good attitude. We'll see you next time in class.